Good afternoon and welcome back to Paul's Sherry Conversion Vans. My name is Justin Smith and today we're going to do another video on a new arrival here at the dealership. What's right behind me is the all-new 2015 Sherry Ram ProMaster raised roof 7-passenger conversion van. Now this particular van is one of my favorites. It's done in the bright flame red, and it's just a color that you do not see on conversion vans these days, and I think it really gives it a sporty look. Of course, we've done this van like all the other Sherry ProMasters here at the dealership. Full body paint, mirrors, front bumpers, running boards, door handles, everything's painted to match on all of our Sherry conversion vans. And of course, with the 18-inch chrome wheels and the tinted privacy glass, it just really nice look. As I mentioned, this does have the 18-inch wheel. We do have an option for a 16-inch wheel, and something I just found out this morning, we do have an available option for an all-black wheel. So if you want a black wheel, we can accommodate that now as well. All the window tint on all of our ProMaster conversion vans are done in a 35% in the front. We do that to keep them legal in all 50 states. And then when you move to the back of the van, it's actually a 5% limo tint. Now the nice thing about the 5% limo tint is even with the privacy shades on the inside of the van fully up, okay, they're not pulled down, you still cannot look in the back of this van. Okay, now I want to take this time at the back of the van to go over some very important features that come along in all the ProMaster conversion vans, starting with the safety features. Now all of these vans are equipped with traction control, rollover mitigation, and a hill start brake assist. Now if you have detailed questions about any of those three that I just mentioned, feel free to give me a call. Don't really have time to get into all the detail in this video, but I'd be happy to go over those with you. Now, the capabilities of the ProMaster, a lot of people don't realize, because it is a front-wheel drive conversion van, that it can tow. It will tow very well, and it can handle up to 5,100 pounds. This specific van does have the factory tow package with the 7-pin along with the 4-pin flat equipped right from the factory. So that's a great feature to have. Now, a safety feature that I didn't mention earlier, I wanted to wait until I talked about the tow package, because they go hand in hand. That is the rear backup camera system on this van. Now this does come with the rear backup camera. Anytime you put the vehicle in reverse, you're going to get a nice visual, whatever might be behind you, located right on your factory navigation screen. So that makes backing this vehicle up to that boat or small camper, whatever you might be wanting to tow, makes it very easy to accommodate. Now I want to take this time to demonstrate entry and exit out of this vehicle. Now obviously we have a sliding door on all of our ProMaster conversion vans, but one thing I want to stress, and I feel like I can never say it enough, is the low floor height in this van. The only way we're able to accommodate such a low floor height is by having the only front-wheel drive conversion van in the conversion van industry. So that really helps us out tremendously, having the front-wheel drive, no drive shaft, and turn lower floor. So this van is great for a wide variety of applications, especially mobility applications. So whatever your mobility need might be, don't try to guess whether it'll work. Give me a call. I can tell you, give you some stories on some of the vans that I've built for customers all across the United States, and it truly is the best blank canvas for any mobility application out there due to that low floor and a 6-foot entry here. And again, you know, with it being the only one like this, it's just phenomenal. I'm 6'2", and watch how easy I can enter this van. All right, guys, now I want to take this time to go over all the stuff in the back of this van. Obviously, this is where everybody wants to be. This is the part of the video everybody pays the most attention to, is what kind of equipment does it have in the back. This particular floor is one of the first that we've done in a wood floor. It is a tongue and groove, dark wood, real wood, I might add. It's not the laminate. So it does come with a 15-year guarantee. So it will withstand the test of time, and it really makes it fairly easy to clean it up. I mean, a rag and some Windex and you're done. You can wipe it up. So if you got small kids, spills and French fries on the floor aren't going to be as big of a deal. But this particular van, as I mentioned, does have the dark brown wood floor. It does have the light tan interior with the dark brown piping. All of our captain chairs and all of our conversion vans are on a swivel base. Do have armrests on both sides and do feature a power recline. Now also this seat will lock into place and it is on a sliding track as well. So I don't know if you can gather by this perspective that you're seeing how much leg room is in the front of this van, but I do have the ability to slide the chair forward and back to either accommodate more leg room up here or for the passengers in the rear sofa. So moving on to the electronics in the back of this van. This van does feature a 32-inch Vizio LED smart television, and it is paired up to an LG smart Blu-Ray player. So what that means when I use the word smart, whether I'm talking about the Blu-ray player or the television, they do have built-in applications such as your iPhone would have or your tablet. It does have Hulu, it does have Pandora built in, YouTube, Netflix, and a few others. Now to utilize those applications, you do have to have a Wi-Fi hotspot. Don't want to get into too much detail on that. If you've got questions on how that works, give me a call and I can explain. So when watching a movie in the back of this van, as I mentioned, it does have a Blu-ray player. You have two different audio options as far as watching a movie goes. Now all of our vans are equipped with Kicker surround sound speakers that truly do give you that home theater experience. But if that's a little too annoying for the driver, you can switch over to wireless headphones that are provided with all of our vans. So mom and dad, that'll make it easier on you on that long trip. Now this particular van has a rear radio that does work hand in hand with the TV for the rear surround sound. But it's not just solely built for that. You can utilize the CD player, so you can listen to two different types of music in this van. It does have Bluetooth connectivity, so somebody can sit in the very back of this van with their iPhone and connect Bluetooth to this radio and change songs from the back seat while transmitting wirelessly through this radio. So that's a really cool feature. The switches that are located below the rear radio are going to control all the lighting in the back of this van. This van does have indirect lighting in the ceiling that runs down the corners of the van. Also does have indirect lighting in the middle of the wall that breaks up the two-tone panels. You do have the ability to turn those on and off. And the other switch would be for your map light that's located in every seat in the back of this van. Now this van does have a 110 plug-in located in this panel as well. A DC plug-in, and an HDMI input. So what that means is you do have the capability to hook up any game system, which is two wires. So you plug it into the 110, one wire from the PlayStation into the HDMI input, change your source on the TV, you're playing video games going down the highway. Anything that uses an HDMI connectivity cable, you can transpire that right to the television, whether it's a video on your cell phone, movies on a tablet, directly to the TV. So that's a really neat feature to have, and I'm sure a lot of you will take advantage of that. Now, as far as storage goes, as I mentioned earlier, this is a raised roof, so we do have overhead storage compartments all the way around, done real nice in this dark black gloss wood finish, with the biggest storage compartment being directly over the rear sofa. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the back of this van does have 5% limo tint. But if you feel like you needed some added protection, whether it's from the sun or you want to change at a soccer game or whatever, you do have privacy blinds that can be pulled down at every window in the back of this van. Okay, just wanted to demonstrate a few things in the very back of this van. I'm located on the rear sofa, which is a power sofa, and it'll do two different things. It is on a sliding track, so you can slide it forward to either slide it forward to give yourself more storage room behind the rear seat for luggage, or you can slide it back to accommodate some more leg room. I'll find it hard to believe that anybody would ever be uncomfortable in the back of one of our vans. Again, I'm 6'2", sitting in the back of this van with my legs crossed and probably about 3 to 4 inches in front of my foot before I even touch the back of the chair in front of me. So a lot of leg room back here, very wide, comfortable sofa. It does have controls at 2 different spots for the sofa. You do have controls located right here on the wall, so you can utilize the features, you know, from sitting down. Or if you're at the back of the van and you want to load cargo up, there is a switch in the back when you have the doors open that you can operate the sofa as well. But one thing that I like about our sofa is the ability to recline it a little bit. That's something that you don't find in a lot of the conversion van sofas. And I tell you, I think it turned out really well. Okay, now for the very front of the van. Don't want to take too much time, but I just want to go over the basics that come in with all of our ProMaster conversion vans. Now this car, even though it is a van, has all the modern day amenities that you'd find in any minivan, SUV car, and I just want to make sure you're aware of that. So of course we have power windows on both sides, we have power mirrors on both sides, even our blind spot mirror on the bottom section of our mirror is also power adjustable, something that you never see. So really proud about that. And also the mirrors with one touch of the button will collapse flush to the vehicle if you need to tuck it in that tight spot. Moving over to the dash, we have a real nice leather wrapped wheel, and it is on adjustable column. It does have steering wheel controls on both sides. The ones on the left are going to operate your hands-free Bluetooth calling system. Ones on the right are going to operate some features on the navigation radio, such as changing the channel, changing source, and of course the volume up and down. So being able to do that without taking your hands off the steering wheel is just another safety feature. Really, really nice. The air conditioning controls in this van are laid out very nice and very simple. 3 round buttons located directly below the factory navigation. Pretty self-explanatory how to use those. The van is equipped with cruise control. Does have a keyless entry system as well. And as I mentioned earlier, it does have a tow package. So right on the dash, but right beside the shifter, you do have a tow haul button. And just like the manual would advise you, anytime that you do hook a load up to the back of this van, it's recommended that you push the tow haul button in. Just basically what it does is make it less stressful on the van by changing some shift points around for your transmission. Now, as far as the seats go in this van, we have these done in the same nice leather that you saw in the back of the van. Each chair in the front of this van is on an 8-way adjustable pedestal with adjustable armrest, and both seats are heated as well. Now, as far as charging goes up in the front of this van, you do have a DC port for charging, 2 factory USB ports for charging. Now, the other one is tucked in this little cubby hole designed specifically for a cell phone. This one is solely just a charging port, to where the USB over here and the 3.5 auxiliary input beside that are tailored to function directly with your radio. So any MP3 player, any cell phone that uses USB as a charging source is going to connect directly to the factory navigation to transfer files, music, whatever you want to do, and charge as well. The neat thing about hooking an MP3 player or your cell phone up to that USB is you can use the radio's interface to go through menu options on your iPod or cell phone, and don't physically have to pick your phone up and try to figure out how to change songs on Pandora. You can do that on the steering wheel or with the controls right on the radio. It uses the interface of the radio, takes over your phone. So that's a really cool feature to have. And as far as cup holders go, I got 4 cup holders up in the front of this van, 2 glove boxes, and obviously the factory navigation system. It is a TomTom interface. A lot of you are already familiar with that. I've come to find out that it's probably one of the easier factory navigation units I've ever had to or gotten the chance to use. So fairly easy to use that system. And pretty much that wraps up the front of this 2015 Chery ProMaster conversion van. Once again, my name is Justin Smith, and I want to thank you for joining us here today at Paul Chery Conversion Vans. And we hope you enjoyed the video that Brian and I did today on this all-new 2015 Flame Red Chery 7-passenger conversion van. Now, if you have any questions on something that I did not answer on this particular van, or maybe it was on a different van that you've seen on our website, or heck, or maybe something that you've yet to find on our website, something that you're looking for. Please don't hesitate to call in. I'm always around and willing to answer anybody's question. And for those of you that like the videos that we do, or again, have yet to find that perfect conversion van, I kindly ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and even like us on Facebook. That's going to give you a better shot at not missing out on that next great deal here at the dealership. Once again, thanks for joining us, and I hope you have an excellent day.